This movie from 2008 called RocknRolla is probably a Guy Ritchie movie that is less known than its more well-known efforts like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch and The Gentleman, but nevertheless it is a movie that impresses in the best possible way. You see very good acting performances in this one, and in this movie Guy Ritchie has made a criminal world that makes the movie almost as entertaining as The Gentleman, with an impressive cast list of Gerard Butler, Idris Elba, Tom Hardy, Tom Wilkinson and Mark Strong. It has a cast with an incredible chemistry among them. Let me tell you, when Guy Ritchie makes a movie like this with a ridiculous, humoristic undertone work, it is something of a masterclass. And for me, this one is not very far from an 8 out of 10. It may be a little less crazy than The Gentleman, but the crayfish terror, the crazy British badass character of Lenny Cole, who turns out to be the secret informant, it is something of a much better version than his recent disaster of Operation Fortune. Because in this movie, all the characters are written to be entertaining, and when Guy Ritchie does that, he shows his class as a director, right down from the counselor to Handsome Bob, which are quite silly, typical Guy Ritchie character names. But it really does not matter what their names are, because the director molds them into something great. There's also a quite stylistic approach in this movie, with the characters telling about what happens as they tell a story, much like what you saw in The Gentleman, and I feel it's a piece where Guy Ritchie has managed to create an original story if you break it down. That is particularly present in the scenes between Tawny Newton and Gerard Butler, because in those scenes, Gerard Butler tells about how the job went while he is on a date with the character. In addition, it is a very violent movie which surely shows how the dealings of the criminal underworld takes place, and it is really a story that shows you who you can trust or not. In particularly, that becomes very obvious when the main character Lenny Cole loses the painting, which he had lent from Yuri as a gesture for good luck, because then he beats him really hard at the end, when he gets impatient, as the painting is suddenly lost, and Lenny is beaten to become crippled with a golf club. The reason why I prefer this one to the movie Snatch or Wrath of Man is because it is a way more classic Guy Ritchie movie, where it shines through what he is good on, in making an entertaining movie towards action, the witty dialogue between the bunch and how they talk about all these American crayfish, and generally quite ridiculous lines that you can generally only see in a Guy Ritchie movie. It's way clearer in this one than in the other mentioned movies. It is just also something with the brutality and the tension between those involved in this one. It does not really matter whether it is Tom Hardy or Gerard Butler. They are all